Okay, I think we are up. Let me see. Okay, testing, testing, testing. Mic test. Hello, hello, hello. Can all of the beautiful people of the world hear me? Testing, testing, testing. Let's see here. Holly, hello. Timmy, hello. Dustin, hello. Did anyone catch the new Lusitania from my braid today? It's pretty good. I have not finished it. I saw it pop. Actually, so I looked for it first thing when I woke up. It wasn't up yet, and then I saw it pop up a little bit later. I've watched like 10 minutes of it, but so far it's really, really good. And his animations on that thing are absolutely incredible. Seriously, Mike Brady's got an incredible team over there. That's all I got to say about that. Let's see here. Meeks, hello. Hi, Sam. Hi. J-Pod, wow, long time no see. How you been, man? Good Lord. How are you doing? It's been a long time. Maritime Sam, what's up, Maritime? How are you doing, good sir? Hello, hello, Maritime is in the house. Well, well, well. Maritime history actually shows up on time for once. All right. You know what? I'll give you some props for that, for showing up and everything. Oh, that's hilarious. Maritime, truly a moment, 100%. Olivia, too, thank you. How's the fixing of the Minecraft server? I have been working in what is that? What is that? I thought I saw something shiny on my face for a second. Oh well. I have totally been working on it nonstop and totally did not forget about it until this very moment. Totally did not forget until this moment. Okay, moving on. Maritime sus. Makes brain error. That'd be awkward silence. Doesn't say. I'll get to it. Hey, Olivia, do me a favor, okay? When you see me on Discord, go Sam Minecraft server. Okay, then I'll jump to it. I'll jump to it. Had a cough today. We got another super chat from Holly, $1. Thank you so much. No comment, but that's okay. Thank you so much for the support. Let's see here. Ozzy says, Miss Olivia, where are the cookies? Ozzy, listen, we're just gonna have to accept the fact that Olivia lied. Okay? Look at that. Look, if I hold the camera in just the right way, what is that? There's something like shiny on my nose. What is that? Whatever. But you're just gonna have to accept the fact that Olivia lied. Olivia lied. Okay. I mean, I guess it's not that surprising. So I mean, it's just that's all that's it. That's all there is to it. And let's see here, Maritime. It's in 10 days from now. 10 days from now. Oh. I wonder what shipwreck occurred 10 days from now. I wonder what shipwreck occurred 10 days from now. Maritime progress. It's coming. Empress of Ireland is coming. So here's the thing. So Space Killer and Not Your Voice, they're the guys that do the animation work for my videos. They animate in a game called Rec Room. And there was an incident. They sent out an update on Rec Room, very similar to what happens with Minecraft and stuff like that. And the update crashed everything. It like he was in the middle of filming it. The animation work was done. They sent out an update, and it basically wrecked everything. So the animation is still there, but it really screwed everything up. And so Space has to go back and fix everything. And apparently a ton of developers on Rec Room, they were messaging the people who made the game, like, what the heck did you do? What is this? Blah, 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 blah. I haven't talked to Space about it since then. He told me about this 4 or 5 days ago. So it did delay things. It is still coming. I don't know. I'm getting ready to go home, and I was hoping to be able to film Empress when I went home, and I was back in my studio. I'm not going to be home for very long, but I am going to be home. So we'll see. Hopefully we can get it done. It's just so. But Space did tell me after this whole fiasco, he is considering switching over to to Blender or Unreal Engine. That way, stuff like this doesn't happen again. It's similar to what the guys who from Maritime Interactive, the guys that made Titanic SOS. Not sure if you've heard of it. Great game, check it out. But they were telling me during that live stream that these developers for these studios, they'll do stuff and then it'll like break games. It'll break games and mess things up, and so something similar to that happened. Let's see here. Olivia, thank you. Santa, look what knowledge I have about Titanic. Sam, now look, I have a nose. Huh? I feel like you're trying to make some kind of like a Pinocchio joke or something, but no joke. I did just see something shiny on my nose on camera. I was like, what is that? What is that? So anyway, thanks for the vibe. Holly, too, thank you. Hi, Sam. I love your videos. May 22nd is my birthday. Awesome, Holly. Thank you so much, and happy early birthday. It is. Listen, birthdays are fun. Birthdays are fun. Oh, shoot. You've got me reminiscing now about the birthday stuff that I had when I was younger. Nowadays, I mean, don't get me wrong. We still do stuff with, like, I still do stuff with the family for my birthday now, but nothing too major. But when I was a kid, man, I love birthdays. Still do. Just, you know, it's another day for the most part. Maritime, Sam flashbacks. Right. Thanks, Holly. Thank you for the two. Pen Props, Sam. Hey, Pen Prop. Hope you're doing well. We got, oh, hold on. We've got a spammer. And they are gone. There we go. This is what happens when I try to avoid using the timeout thing. Ozzy says, Sam getting married? Not yet. Not yet. Working on it. Let's see here. Alex says, Sam, what's up? You know, living life. You know, living life. I always say, wow, we got a lot of people trying to, and boom. Okay. But yeah, you know, just living life, trying to keep ahead of things, trying to find time to do YouTube and work on, and my regular job and blah, 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 blah. So, let's see. One says, let's see here. Hi, I forgot about you. You forgot about me? What do you mean you forgot about me? I was such a fan. You always inspired me. I wish you the best. Thank you so much. What do you mean you forgot about me? Well, I'm glad you're back. I am glad you are back. Let's see. Natalie says, Sam, have you ever seen Schindler's List? I have not. That is a movie that I have been meaning to take a look at. Maritime. Okay, Maritime. All right. Yeah, it looks like coming out in force. Let's see. And we'll give that a whirl. Boom. Thank you, Maritime. All right. But no, yeah, it is on my list of films to watch. I have a hard time watching movies like that. They make me really, really sad. Schindler's List is about the Holocaust, right? I'm pretty sure it is. But I watched Boy in the Striped Pajamas, and that was brutal. That was legit. That was a very hard film to watch. You know, it's just, that film is, Boy in the Striped Pajamas is a prime example of a film that teaches you that hatred in the world isn't something that's inherited. Hatred is something that is taught, you know, because I mean, like, you've got this little boy who is literally the son of a member of the SS, and he is right there beside a concentration camp, and he doesn't understand what's going on. You know, he doesn't understand what's happening. He meets that little Jewish boy who lived on the other side of the gate, and they became friends, you know, and it's just, he didn't understand, like, he didn't have the hatred, you know, even though he was brought up there and everything. It's just, hatred's taught, and that's what that film teaches, that lesson, and it's very, very sad. Very, very sad. Says, hello. Hey, Says, hope you are doing well. Let's see. Vavi says, anyway, Sam, where's the next Brightside video you said you might do? I'll work on that when I go home. I'm better equipped to do that stuff at home. You guys will most likely get a Brightside video in the very near future. So I'd say that'll happen. You guys love them. So Olivia 5, thank you. Where is my birthday present, Sam? You still owe me Bove's video. Tomorrow is my birthday. It will not be tomorrow. It will not be tomorrow. And the fact that nope. I did say I would try to get it done before the new year. So I've got that long to make a video. Might be a short, but I've got that long to make a video before you can officially give me a hard time about that. So, yeah. You know what I should have done? I just had this idea. I should have done a Bodie McBoatface video, or pretended to, and made that an April Fool's joke. Like, hey, everybody, this is Sam from Historic Travels, and welcome to a new video where we're going to be talking about the legendary ship Bodie McBoat April Fools. Why do I think Olivia would have destroyed me if I would have done that? But it would have been absolutely hilarious. It would have been, that would have been, you should have done, I know. I just had that thought literally just now. Dustin says that would have been epic. Blue Star Line, welcome to the party, good sir. Well, hello there. Hello, Blue Star Line. By the way, we need to talk. I need to talk to you about animation. We do need to talk. I was meaning to contact you about another Great Lakes shipwreck that I was going to see if we could do I could hire you for some animation work, because apparently people loved the Bradley. People absolutely love the Carl D. Bradley video. So I was wanting to talk to you about another one. I'll give the audience a hint as to the one that I am interested in working on. This is a ship that broke into, and the back of the ship still remained somewhat watertight, and the engines remained going. So while the bow of the ship was sinking, the stern slammed into it and kept on going for roughly another 6 miles before it sank. Does anybody know which Great Lakes shipwreck I am referring to? Does anybody know? Tony, the Morrill, correct. The Daniel J. Morrill. The Daniel J. Morrill. That is a shipwreck that I am wanting to cover. And Blue, if you're up for it, I could use some help with the animation work. So message me in Discord if you're interested in helping me out with that. So let's see. We got that. We've got Empress of Ireland. And then once Empress is done, the Titanic real-time sinking that it's going to be looking at. And speaking of the Titanic real-time sinking, I have been contacted by a few animators, and one of them is incredibly young, and I was very surprised, when he told me his age and sent me some of his animation work. But it's pretty nuts. Like, some people out there just have a natural gift with some of this stuff. So says it's yep, says you know who it is. But yeah, it's pretty incredible. Like, I took a look at his work and I was absolutely stunned by it. So hey, Danny Draws, go check him out. Yeah, Danny Draws, that's his channel. That is his channel. I think he did a full Titanic, like the last 10, 20 minutes of Titanic animation. I think I saw that. We got that one. We got that one. Maritime, Carl D. Bradley's sister was the SS Cedarville, which also sunk in a collision on May 7th, 1965. Very, very interesting. I did not know that. Chad says, yes, Danny Draws is awesome. Very, very cool. That one gamer says, when was the first time you ever heard of Titanic? When I was a kid. So the first time I ever encountered Titanic, and I've told this story 1,000 times, but it was the James Cameron film. The James Cameron film was what initially sparked my interest. It came out in 96. Yeah, 96. And let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I was 5 or 6 at the time. And when it came out, I remember that I went to my grandparents' house. They had it on their TV. And I walked in there, and it was the scene where Lightoller was talking to Smith, and he said, shouldn't we get the women and children into the boat, sir? And I said to my mom or my grandpa or one of them, what is that? And they said, that's Titanic. And I was like, what's Titanic? And then they gave me the quick version. And it's just like, it blew my mind. I was like, what? And then when I saw how big the ship was, and I'm like, something like that actually sank. And then it captivated me. It was just something about that, and just the whole story around. I became so interested in it, and it's been a lifelong interest. Olivia 5, thank you. Can you do a video on the El Faro, a cargo ship where the captain didn't listen to anyone? He sailed a ship directly into a hurricane. All crew died. El Faro. I'm not familiar with it. El Faro ship. What is this? Oh, it's a more recent ship. It's a cargo freighter. Let's see here. Fate sank with all hands in a hurricane on October 5th. Wow. Holy crap. I am not familiar with this one. Wow. It's actually off the coast of the United States. Very interesting. Dang on. Holy crap. It actually still. What category of a sinking is this? Or what category of a hurricane? I mean, not category of a sinking. Dang on. Holy moly. All right. I'm going to look into this. Dang on. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. I'll look into that. Thanks for the 5, Olivia. No, it came out in the UK in 1998. Gotcha. Wilson says, historic travel. So your first memory of Titanic is Lightoller talking to Smith, the actor who unfortunately recently died. He also influenced me in getting interested in ships. Very cool, very cool. And yeah, it was very tragic that I heard he passed away. You know, one thing that did amaze me about the guy that played Smith, and I literally did not know this until after he passed, and I was reading about it. He played King Theoden in The Lord of the Rings. I had no idea. So the captain of the Titanic, I guess, teleported to Middle Earth and protected Rohan from the orcs of Mordor. He traveled across a parallel dimension and entered Tolkien's work. I've never read the Lord of the Rings books. That is something that I've been wanting to do. Is read the books. Maritime history. The captain goes down with his ship. Salute. Yep. Let's see here. It was absolutely sad when he passed. How he wasn't that old, was he? I thought he wasn't like. Let's see here. What's the actor's name? Captain Smith actor died. What is his name? I don't know his real name. He was 79. Okay, so he was up there, but I mean, he wasn't like Bernard Hill. Okay, Bernard Hill. So I mean, he was older, but not like, so. Says, I gave my ex the Hobbit book one time. I read a bit of it, and the narrative is spot on. Yeah, so I'm not as much of a fan of The Hobbit as I am The Lord of the Rings. Like, the Lord of the Rings are classic films. Let's see here. Okay. To any Lord of the Rings fans out there, I do have one question. I have one beef with the Lord of the Rings. Okay? Well, my biggest issue with them. If they had the Eagles, why didn't the Eagles just pick up Frodo and Sam and fly them over Mount Doom where he could drop the stupid ring into the volcano? Why didn't they do that? That literally makes no sense. But the Eagles had no problem flying in to pick up Frodo and Sam after he dropped the ring into Mordor. Why did, here comes the ranting. That is the one thing I did not understand. Babby says, how do we go from Titanic to Lord of the Rings? Right. But yeah, that is like the one issue I've got with the Lord of the Rings. I'm like, why did they... It's just a movie, I guess, but I don't know. I can't help but analyze stuff. Like, okay, no joke, to this day, and I've talked about this before. There's a space movie called Gravity, okay? And there's this one scene where the guy and the girl, the guy's got a space jetpack thing, and the girl's being tagged along. She's being dragged by a cable, where they fly into the International Space Station because they run out of fuel. And then there's this one scene where the guy's momentum is carrying him away from the space station. The girl grabs onto him and is holding him by like some rope or something or string. And he's like, I have to let go. I'm pulling you with me. The girl is attached to the space station, okay? And he is being pulled by some unseen force. There is nothing pulling him to make the rope break. Like, it literally makes no sense. Like, I have to let go. I'm pulling you with. There's nothing pulling you. There is nothing pulling you. Like, I watched that for the first time and I'm like, am I missing something? What's causing him to pull the freaking space station? He's one man. What is happening here? Like, anyway, I don't think you guys know what I'm talking about, but it makes no sense. That is the biggest rage I have ever had in a movie ever. Like, it. Hold on. Where's hold on, let me find it. I'm gonna, like, you guys, you'll see what I'm talking about. Like, no joke, it 100% makes no sense. Like, it annoyed me so much that I even began reading up on the laws of physics. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense at all. That's a nice one. Yeah, it's just the back wall. Yes, I have it. Okay, yep, Gravity 2013. Good. I mean, the movie's action. I mean, it's not a terrible movie, but man, what the heck is going on? This is going to take me a second. We might have to skip this for now because it'll take me a second to find. Oh yeah, here it is. I got it. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so she's scrambled. Oh, Is this too late? Is this it? Yeah. So this is it. So he's hanging on. Okay, to this rope or this cabin. She's trying to pull him in. What's pulling him? Look, he's one man. What is that force? What is pulling on him to make him keep going further and further away? There's no thruster. There's what? Like, what is pulling on him to make this makes no sense. Anyway, that made me rage so much when I saw that. And I mean, Niley says, well, you know, Sam, space is unpredictable. You know what's not unpredictable? The laws of freaking physics. Okay. Like I turned that you know, that movie came out, like I saw that movie originally. I think I was still living in Florida in college at the time. But when that came out, I was so annoyed. I'm like, what on earth is happening here? Anyway, I think that was my first time I ever had a bright side level rage at something. I'm like, that makes no sense. Okay, anyway. JT, when space is not spacing. Haha. We got that, you know. Roman Empire 5. Thank you so much. Hey Sam, remember me? Anyways, thoughts on ocean liners being converted to warships during wartime? I think I remember you, Roman. I'm sorry, but I see a lot of faces and everything on here, so you ring a bell. But if they need them for wartime services, then by all means. I mean, look at what the Olympic did. I mean, the Olympic was a great troop ship. She was old reliable. I almost said unreliable. Old reliable. Olympic did a good job. And then the Queen Mary, look at what the Queen Mary did during the war. I mean, Queen Mary shortened the war by a year. So, I mean, I'd much rather them serve their country than just sit there idle, you know? Olivia 5, thank you. Thank you for the 5. Olivia 5, thank you. Are you going to do a video on the preliminary report about the Dali in the Key Bridge, or will you just wait for 100 years from now? I wasn't really planning to do anything else with that bridge collapse. I talked about it briefly when it happened, but I wasn't planning to jump back into it later. But 100 years from now, bridges aren't really my thing, Olivia. And 100 years from now, I will be 132. So, not sure what kind of magic you think I'll be able to employ to keep me alive for that long, but you know, no. Let's see here. Wolf 5, thank you so much. I think the writers took a few cinematic liberties with the film Gravity. Yeah, I guess. Like, look, I'm all for taking creative liberties, but when you go drastically against the laws of physics, that bothers me. That legit bothers me. I can't, like, that was why I praised the film Interstellar so much, was that they tried to make the laws of physics work as well as they did. Vavi says, bridges aren't my thing, Sam 2024. Okay, so you know what that means. Whenever I do a video in the future about a bridge collapse, you guys are going to repeat this. Sam did a video about the bridge collapse. Look at what he said a month or two ago. Blah, blah, blah. Like that's totally going to happen. But yeah, so that's, and now I completely lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. Interstellar. Yeah, but that's why I praised Interstellar so much, was that they were so great with the laws of physics and the theory of Einstein's theory of relativity. As I mean, I don't talk about it much, but I'm also just like, so ocean liners are my main thing, but a close second is space stuff. I love outer space. I love that kind of stuff. So we got that one. Thank you for the 5, Olivia. Thank you for the 5, Wolf. Whoa, we got a 20 super chat from Garth Drake. Thank you so much, my man. Just came back from my cruise to Canada. Awesome. I did a tour of the Maritime Museum of the Atlantic in Halifax. It's a must-see, but they had a board that said Titanic steel was high in sulfur, making it weak during the iceberg impact. I'm not sure. This is something people say all the time. I'm not sure what, like, how the iron and all, like, the impurities and all that stuff. Like, I don't know all that stuff very well. I know by modern day standards, the Titanic steel was weaker, but in 1912 standards, it was great. I mean, they built Titanic like a warship. So, I mean, sure. I mean, I don't think, like, the way I understand it, and if I could be wrong about this, I thought that cold water needed time to make steel weaker. I thought it didn't happen just as soon as a ship hit colder waters. Because you have to remember the Titanic only entered the cold waters of the Labrador Current a few hours before iceberg impact. So I don't think it would have had enough time to weaken the Titanic still significantly enough for that to have made any big difference. That's my theory. I don't know if that's true or not. But yeah, remember the waters around Titanic are relatively warm until Sunday. So that's just something. That's something, but I definitely want to visit Halifax. I've actually looked at cruises to Halifax before. Get on a ship in New York City and sail up to Halifax for a day or something like that. They're not too expensive either. I've looked at 4-day cruises before, so we'll see. That would be cool. I feel like does anybody? I don't know if I've got anybody on here that lives in Canada. What's the closest airport to Halifax? Is there a Halifax airport? I know I looked it up before and I couldn't find a Halifax airport. Is there is it easier to drive there, take the train, a boat? I'm not sure what is the easiest means to get to Halifax. Let's see here. Olivia, too, thank you so much. The Green Grand Staircase is the best. Olivia, I respect your opinion, but I must respectfully disagree. I must respectfully disagree. Blondin 5, thank you so much. Something I was just thinking about. Once E-Deck on the Titanic flooded, do you think this really hurt the Titanic's third-class passengers once Scotland Road flooded? Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, there were... I think you're thinking of the access, like the staircases that are forward underneath the bow, underneath the forecastle deck. You're thinking about those stairs. And then you're also thinking about the access door that led to E-Deck on the Grand Staircase. But there were multiple other staircases. I think that there was only one, though, that went up to the boat deck. I think it was the second-class staircase. That was the only one that was further aft that went all the way up to the boat deck. But no, there was the engineering staircase, too. There was the crew stairs that was located towards, that was where Charles Jowkin's cabin was. Those were the stairs that he would have most likely used to get to his cabin later in the sinking. So, yes, I do think it would have played a role in making it more difficult for them to get up there, but they weren't completely cut off. You know, that they weren't trapped below decks, as a lot of people like to talk about. The biggest problem for third class is the fact that they just weren't familiar with those parts of the ship where the lifeboats were. Remember, they weren't allowed in those areas. So they were very much restricted. The easiest way for a third class passenger to reach the boat deck where the lifeboats are would have been early in the sinking, to go out to the forward well deck and then go up those stairs that were right behind, like right on that go up to the higher deck. It's the stairs. It's in a deleted scene where Rose goes down them, but there's stairs right there that go from the forward well deck up to, I think it's the B deck level, but yeah, it's either B deck or C deck. It might be C deck. No, I'm not sure, but you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. I'm sure somebody's going to go, wait a minute. Like, I know exactly. You guys know immediately what I'm talking about. We got but yeah, good question, Blondin. Thank you for the 5. Olivia 5, thank you. Was there a sinking alarm on Titanic? I know none was sounded, but was there one installed? One Titanic movie had an alarm blaring. Your thoughts? No, Titanic had no alarm system. She didn't have anything like that. And I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Titanic 1953. I saw you guys talking about that on my Discord a couple of days ago. But yeah, you're talking about Titanic 1953. It had that left. Like it had something like that. But yeah, Titanic didn't have anything like that. No alarms or anything. I don't think many ships at the time had that. I don't think Empress had it. Ships back now, Britannic had it. It had a bell. It had a bell that would ring. That was probably changed on it after the Titanic disaster. But yeah, so hope I answered your question. Says probs need to research Charles' testimony again. That could help. Yeah. Soldiers, Titanic 1953 goes boom. Yeah, every so often with the alarm going off, there'd be a loud boom, like a boiler explosion or whatever. You know, I have Titanic 1953 holds a special place in my heart because so when I was a kid, Titanic 1953, obviously my parents didn't want me watching the James Cameron film over and over because they didn't want a little kid watching all that death all the time. And I 100% get it. And I'll do the same thing to my kids. But the Titanic 1953, I don't think we were aware of A Night to Remember at the time, the 1958 film. But Titanic 1953, somehow I stumbled across it. You know what I think happened? You know what I think happened? I don't remember this, but I was just trying to think, how would I have even known about the Titanic 1953? Like, what would have made me even find it? And this is just a guess, but one of my favorite places in the world. Okay, how many of you watching this live stream have memories of a place called Blockbuster? How many of you all know what Blockbuster is? I'm sure the younger members of the audience are going to be like, what the heck is Blockbuster? Babby says me. Yes, question mark, me. I did. Yes, me. So, for those of you who don't know, Blockbuster was where we would go to rent movies like DVDs or VHS or whatever before streaming became a thing. So like Netflix, YouTube, and all that, way before any of that really existed, we would go to Netflix. We would go to Blockbuster. And I remember back then I was a big Pokemon fan, and there was this game called Pokemon Snap on the Nintendo 64. I'm really showing my age now. But they had this machine there where you could hook up this, I think you plugged your game into it. Anyway, you did something and you could actually print out your photos that you took in the game, which I thought was really cool. But anyway, that's beside the point. So I think I found Titanic 1953 there at Blockbuster. And then I took it home and put it in my VCR. And I'm like, this isn't the James Cameron Titanic. What is this? But then my parents realized how much more tame it was than the James Cameron film. So they said that that was the film I was allowed to watch whenever I wanted because I was a little kid. And it was nowhere near as gruesome to watch as the James Cameron film. So that's basically what happened there. And let's see. This is how I'm sure many of you know what. Hold on, let me find it. Titanic 19. I'm pretty sure I have it on my iPad. So the film isn't great. It's not. But it does hold a special place in my heart. I mean, you can watch it. Yes, I have it on my iPad. Titanic 1953. But the one part of the film that always stands out to me is, so they portray Nearer My God to Thee like a bit like all the men on Titanic, aligned like a choir. That's how they depicted it. That's a great shot. I love seeing that. The British flag and the choir of men singing. But yeah, that's how they so I remember like when this would pop up, I would just start singing and I would just do a salute and just stand there. And I'm like 8 or 9 years old. So yeah, like that. Hey, it's pretty good for the time. Pretty good for the time. So yeah. Anyway, so wait, let me know if I'm. Oh wow, holy cow, we got a big super chat. Okay, give me a second, Wolf, and I'll read it. Holy cow, $50. Thank you so much, man. That's incredible. Thank you. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm gonna try to think of all the Titanic films. Let me know if I'm forgetting anything. We got Saving or Escape. Was it Escaping the Titanic? Save from the Titanic, the silent film. Then the next one was the Titanic film made by it was a Nazi propaganda film. We got that's the second one. Then Titanic 1953, A Night to Remember 1958, SOS Titanic in the 70s. SOS Titanic in the 70s. Should we count Save from the Titanic or Saving the it's that crappy cartoon one. And then I think there was another one that I'm forgetting. There's another one before the James Cameron film. So 7 or 8 films, I think. I feel like I'm forgetting. Oh, Raise the Titanic. Yeah, you're right, Ozzy. Raise the Titanic. You're right. Raising the Titanic. You're right. I did forget that one. The 1996 one. Duh. That's a given. 1996. I was trying to think of all the films before that. Save from the A Night of Ice, 1929, and The Atlantic, 1929. Holy cow. SOS Titanic, 1979. Ironically enough, the ship used in the film 1943 Titanic was also sunk. However, there were 3 more times more count. Holy cow, really? Which ship was that? And now everybody's talking about the movies. Okay, hey, and let me get to the $50 super chat. Holy cow, who's this from? Wolfman. Holy cow, man. Thank you so much for the 50, man. That's incredible. Didn't the builders use weak rivets at the bow and stern when building Titanic, or was that just speculation? I've read some reports that the rivets appeared to have snapped off without showing much stress during the collision. I think that's more of a legend, man. So the rivets on Titanic, there were two different ways. I'm not going to say that they were weaker, but this is just me hypothesizing. They had two different ways to install rivets at the time. They had, so basically a guy on the ground would heat up the rivets to be red hot, and then they would throw them up to people, and then they would put them in a slot in between the two pieces of iron, and then they would hammer them into place. And then as the steel and the rivets, or the iron and rivets, like cooled, they would expand, and then they would wedge in place. It's possible that maybe, and the other method, they also had a machine that could install rivets. But due to technological limitations at the time, they could only use this machine to hammer in rivets around Titanic's midpoint. They couldn't do this at the bow and stern. So maybe there was a slight difference in quality of the rivets based on the ones that were hand hammered in and the ones that were machined into place. I could see that. I could see that causing a slight difference in strength in the rivets. But generally, no. Generally, no. Like they, as far as I know, they weren't using any kind of weaker rivets or anything. You have to understand the forces that was being applied to the Titanic's hull during the iceberg impact. I mean, we're talking about astronomical forces here. So, I mean, and you also have to remember that the damage to Titanic wasn't that serious in terms of how much was. So what I mean by that is the Titanic only had a bunch of small punctures along the hull. Okay. Like they were just small openings that happened here and there. I believe it was an opening of roughly 12 feet, give or take, but it was spanned across 6 compartments. So you had tiny little spaces of the Titanic's hull that was opened up, very small, but there were just too many of them. There was a little breach in the first compartment, a little breach in the second, a little breach in the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So small punctures, but just over a wide area, So I think the Titanic's hull, the rivets and everything held up as best they could. It was just too much wide, little damage, but spread over too much of an area. Does that make sense? Am I explaining myself clearly? I think that's roughly. I mean, am I making sense? That's what I'm trying to say here. So I think Titanic was an extremely well-built ship. She was built like a warship. It was just, she was put under an impossible situation. She was just put under so much damage, and it was impossible for her to survive. Modern ships couldn't survive with the amount of damage Titanic had. Look at Costa Concordia, and that was with 2 compartments breached. So, and my biggest, that always annoys me whenever people try to tell me that, like, I always don't like it when people try to say, like, oh, Titanic was so badly built, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, it wasn't. It was a very well-built ship. It was just put into an impossible situation. Now, like, I'm not saying that, like, when people ask questions about Titanic being built and all that, that's one thing. But when people are just like, oh, Titanic was so badly built, they thought the ship was unsinkable, blah, 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 blah. That's what bugs me. And I remember I was at this Titanic museum. This was years and years and years ago. And I was at this museum, and they were talking about why there was this thing that talked about how the Titanic's watertight bulkheads were open at the top. They didn't go all the way up, and they weren't stood up at the top. And there was this teenage girl there, and they had a picture of the Titanic's plans up on the wall, and I overheard them. And when this girl heard that, she goes, well, that's just stupid. Why would they build a ship with open watertight compartments at the top? They need to learn how to build ships better. Titanic was so badly built. No wonder it sunk. And I'm just like, okay, just hold it in. Hold it in. I'm just gonna walk away. I'm not gonna go off. I'm not gonna rage. I just walked away. I had that spark, that fire went off in me. So, I mean, it was just, Sam, you can rage all you want. You guys just want to watch me rage for entertainment, right? Gosh, you guys just want to see me rage for entertainment purposes. Oh, hey, Hawkeye, are you back? Cool, man. We'll go work for the company tonight. Welcome home. But yeah, so Sam starts powering up his finishing move. I would get so mad at her. Look, I mean, she clearly didn't know what she was talking about. Okay. And like, have any of you all ever met people in the world who who act like they know everything, but you know that they don't? And then when you clearly call them out on it, they get so mad. Like, have you ever met anybody like that? So this was something that happened a long time ago. I have met way too many like that. Yeah. So there was this guy that I knew, and he liked to talk like he knew everything about everything. Okay. And if they weren't subjects that I was familiar with, okay, fine, fine. Like I mean, he told it with such confidence that it was so easy for me to be fooled. And anyway, I was talking to this other guy about the Titanic, and I was explaining to him the coal fire and how they put out the coal and how that caused the ship to have a slight 3-degree list to port, how they moved the 300 tons, and how that ultimately helped delay the sinking of Titanic and kept her from capsizing. I was explaining all that. And anyway, so this same guy comes up to me and goes, Sam, there is no way that they could move 300 tons of coal by hand. They could not do it. Is impossible. I'm like that did not do anything at all. I'm like, no, you're wrong. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. This is something that happened, and they had been working on it since the ship left Southampton, probably before that. And like they were working on this throughout the entire voyage. This did happen. And proof of it, if you really want proof of it, you can look at the way Titanic sank and look at the fact that it had a I'm looking this way to pretend I'm talking to him. But look at the fact that the ship had a 3-degree list to port. It was off trim. When the ship left, it was on an even trim. So, I mean, like you want proof that this happened, look at the evidence. And then he just glared at me and then just walked away. I went, at that point, I really began to doubt him. You know, I began to doubt this person and some of the stuff that he was telling me. So, because like, I mean, don't come at me with Titanic stuff, okay? Like, don't come at me, because I will debate you in a second. I will debate you. I'm pretty sure I've told this story before. Let me make sure I didn't miss any super chats. No, we're all caught up. Okay. There was this girl. There was this family that I met when I worked at AT&T, a cell phone store. I worked at one of their cell phone stores years ago. And this girl was a teenager, 12, 13, 14, somewhere around there. And anyway, I was setting up their family. Like I was talking, it was their mom, the daughter, I think the husband, maybe a brother. I don't know. But anyway, I was setting up their phone plan. I was talking to their mom. And the mom asked me, like, what do you like to do? Blah, blah, blah. And I told her I was in the ships like the Titanic and blah, 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 blah. And then this girl, like she's on her iPad, this teenager, she's on her iPad, and she looks up at me. She goes, so speaking of the Titanic, do you know that the Titanic never sank and it was a conspiracy? I went, let's talk. let's bro. What? Yeah, so this teenager had been informed about the switch theory. This teenager had learned about that, and she was convinced to a T that it happened. So I went completely I started laying on. I'm like, all right. So this back then we used iPads to work. So I'm setting up their phones on my iPad, and I look up at her and I go, okay, we're going to take a pause from working on your phones for a second, and we're going to talk. Okay. So the biggest thing about the switch, and she goes, they did. And then she interrupts me. She goes, well, they switched the ships because of a collision that happened to the Titanic sister ship. Did you know that? I went, yes, the HMS Hawk. It struck the Olympic on the back, towards the aft end part of the ship, just forward of the stern, and damaged 2 of her watertight compartments. Now, did you also know that the Olympic was in Belfast with the Titanic for only around 40 days? And at the exact same time, the Titanic didn't even have all of its funnels on yet. So there was no way they could. And then I ripped the conspiracy apart. I started talking about the yard numbers and and then anyway, after I was done, she just looked at me and she was like, okay, I guess the Titanic did sink. And I went, I mean, I didn't like slow clap, but inside I was just slow clap because that'd be rude. And then her mom looked at her and then looked at me and went, did you just convince her that a conspiracy wasn't real? I went, I guess. But she goes, this is all she does. Like all she does is she's on YouTube or this is way before TikTok. I know TikTok is full of conspiracies, but she was it Facebook or anyway? But all she was on those sites. She reads up all these conspiracies, and that's all she believes. She's like, everything's a lie, everything's a conspiracy, blah 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 blah, blah and all that nonsense. So. Dustin, mostly it's well. This is years and years ago. TikTok is relatively new, isn't it? When did TikTok come out? I have never turned on TikTok in my life. TikTok was released in September 2016 by a Chinese technology company called ByteDance. Yeah, it was originally called A.me, but was rebranded to Douyin. I'm reading what Google says in December. It was developed in 200 days within a year and had 100 million viewers and with more than 1 billion views viewed every day. Wow. You know, TikTok actually contacted me. They emailed me and asked me if I'd start making videos on their platform. And I'm like, I don't have time. Like, that's the thing. That's why I stick to YouTube. I have very limited time to use anything. And I've heard very, very mixed things about TikTok. Like, and I don't really want, like, I've heard it's just a bunch of conspiracy nonsense. So it wasn't to, Alfred says, don't go to the dark side. Don't, Sam, it's a dumpster fire. Okay. Maritime, they actually contacted. Yeah, they messaged me. They sent an email to my business email address. It's on my channel and asked me if I would want to make videos on TikTok. And I mean, they tried. They were talking about like you can get monetized immediately and da 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 da. I'm like, I don't have time. And the stuff I've heard about TikTok, yeah, I'm not really pro. I did hear though that somebody Maritime trashed that email. All right. Well, this was a while back and I ignored it. I did hear though, so I don't know if it's true, but I have heard that somebody on TikTok was stealing my work and re-uploading my videos, which I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's something I heard. I heard that somebody was doing that. And apparently that's a problem on TikTok is people stealing other people's uploads and re-uploading them as their own. Mr. K says, find that user now. So I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not, but that is something I heard. Actually, now that I think about it, the guy who told me that was, this was after the Titan sub thing had happened. I was at Walmart and I was talking to a coworker there. I was buying something and he looked at me, a worker there, and he looked at me and goes, I know you. Did we work together? I'm like, I don't know. And I'm just like, he goes, wait, you're the Titanic guy. I'm like, oh, you're on YouTube, right? I'm like, that is the first time someone has ever recognized me outside of a Titanic area. Like when I go to Titanic places, sure, I get recognized occasionally, but that was the first time I'd ever been recognized while I was just out and about. So anyway, there was another guy who recognized me when I went to the Titanic Museum in Orlando a while back. That was cool. It's always cool when people know me for my work and everything. It makes me happy. I like it. It's cool that so many people out there, like seriously, to this day, it blows my mind, like in what parts of the world people watch me. Like it's really cool. YouTube's got a thing on it that tells you what countries people are watching you in. And like, there's a small percentage in Africa, some in India. And I'm like, holy crap, people from all over the world. One of the coolest things, like not long after I set up my PO box, I got a letter from a little kid in New Zealand who watches me. And I'm like, he's like, hi, Sam, I'm 7 years old. I love Titanic. I love your videos. I'm like, that is just, that really means a lot to me. Like it makes me feel really good that, you know, that I'm making a positive impact on the world, you know? So CSX 758, I'm watching you from Nova Scotia, Canada. That is so cool. CSX, please tell me what is the closest airport to get into Halifax? Because I need to visit and I'm trying to decide what's the best way to get there. If it's to fly into, I couldn't find an airport when I typed it in on Google. Like I typed in Halifax and I couldn't find an airport. I don't know if I typed in the wrong area or whatever, but do I need to fly to another town or city and take a train there or car there? Stanfield's where I need to go. Stanfield is where, okay. Stanfield. Sam is crying. What do you mean I'm crying? I'm just excited. But yeah, so that's cool. So Stanfield or okay, I'll look that up. Stanfield. I'm assuming that's part of Nova Scotia. Stanfield, Nova Scotia. Because it is, I was thinking about taking a cruise ship up to I was thinking about taking a cruise to Halifax. The only problem is I'm only there for a day, and I'd like to have more than one day in Halifax because Halifax is it's so rich in maritime history. There's so much I want to see, and if I'm trying to do that in a day, I'd be like, whoop, 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 he's running around all over the place. And if I could, excuse me, I would love to meet someone who could take me out in a boat and take me over to Golden Rule Rock. I would absolutely love to see that. Olivia 5, thank you. How can we trust it? You've only been studying this for decades, and this guy watched a movie. You're obviously misinformed, Sam. The guy seems more, haha, very funny, Olivia. It's not like I've studied Titanic for every single day in my life since I was a kid. You know what's so funny? Tell me this. This is a question I'm going to ask the audience, okay? Tell me this. It's so funny. Like, I live with Titanic so much and all these old ships, you know? To me, these ships don't feel like history. You know, like when I'm reading about Titanic and I'm looking at Titanic, like I've studied the plans, I've played the games, I've seen the films. It doesn't feel like something that happened 112 plus years ago. It feels like something like I know it too well. You know, like it's an event that I witnessed in my lifetime. You know, it's just because of how much information we know about it. I don't know. Does this make sense? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm intimately familiar with it, but it doesn't feel like history to me. It feels like I feel like I know the ship, like I've walked her decks. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So just like the Great Tea Flood, so you got to make your little jokes, don't you? Henry 5, thank you so much. Do you think the Olympic would have been preserved as a museum ship if the Great Depression didn't happen? Have you heard of an R34 GTR thinking of getting? I don't know what an R34 is. I don't know what that is, but it is possible. After the Olympic was retired, there were talks of turning it into a floating museum ship or a hotel or something like that. But the world was just in terrible shape at the time. It was a massive economic crisis. I mean, the Great Depression and all that stuff. So it wasn't the right time. But yes, it is possible that if the Great Depression hadn't have been going on, then yeah. So it is possible. It is possible. We got that. Okay, we got that. Fabby says they don't feel like that to me either. Well, so not alone there. Not alone there. Absolutely not alone there. That's cool. Listen, one thing I've talked about this before, but you know, my family didn't have a problem with me and ships and all that stuff. Like, they really encouraged my interest, but I was always the one telling my family about all this stuff and talking about it and all that stuff, and they were listening and they thought it was cool. But but it's so cool, like that. Like, once I started YouTube, once I started doing this, like, I'm like, there are so many other people out there, you know, that have the same interest and are just as interested in the Titanic and all these other ships as me. And just, I don't know, like being able to do something and be a part of this community, it's really been something special for me, you know, being able to talk about this stuff and learn. Like, listen, you guys learn stuff from my videos. You guys teach me just as much as I teach you. So, and I just like all the cool people that I've gotten to meet, and then when I learned about the Titanic Honor and Glory Project, that's when I first learned about Titanic Honor and Glory, that was kind of like my first taste into the YouTube maritime community. I'm trying to think if there were others I watched before part of Titanic Honor and Glory. I'm not sure. But anyway, after all, like, I would always be listening to their podcasts, Titanic stuff. And I remember when their original real-time sinking animation came out. Was that 2016, I think? Good Lord, that was a long time ago. Holy crap, I feel like I'm getting old. But anyway, that blew my mind. That absolutely blew my mind when I watched that original animation. Did you guys know, like, they were talking about during their last live stream that during the anniversary of the sinking, I went back and listened to the live streams, but they were talking about how their video got demonetized for a while by YouTube. So like the real-time syncing, because you guys know it blew up. Like, I mean, it was getting millions and millions and millions of views. What is that at? But how many? Hold on a second. What? How many views does that original animation have now? Titanic, Honor and Glory, real-time syncing. Here we go. Not the new one. I'm looking for the original. Here it is. Titanic sinks 92 million views. 92 million views. And anyway, I think they got copyrighted because they used this. They used me and Tom talked about this a long time ago. Tom Linsky. I think they used a non-copyrighted screaming sound effect at the very end. At the very end of the video. I think it happens right when the ship breaks. You hear some screaming happen. And that screaming got, was it a screaming? They used a song that had 7 views. Oh, was it that? Is there a song in it? Is there a song in that? Hold on. Is there a song in that original? I don't remember there being a song. Let me see. Titanic sinks in real time. I thought it was screaming. As I don't recall there being. Okay, there's the steam sound effects. I didn't think they had band music in this animation either. I don't even think they had Nearer My God to Thee in it, did they? No. I haven't looked at this in so long. You know, it doesn't look that bad. You know, I mean, I know it's really old, but I mean, it doesn't look that bad. I don't think there's any music in this. In their 112 anniversary, they said they streamed a song. Was it a song? I just don't recall there being music in this. So hang on, let me get to the end. Let me tell you what I thought it was. I thought that's what Tom said. I'd have to ask him. Right here. Yeah, this. I thought it was this. So right here when they showed the ship break in 2. Yeah, right here. When they showed the ship break in 2. That screaming sound effect, I thought that was it. I thought that was it. I thought it was that screaming sound effect that they flagged or whatever. But anyway, Maritime says, "You're making me doubt." I don't know. That's what I thought. And then after it took them a while to get that fixed, but I think that they said that like by the time they got it fixed, it took YouTube a while to react to it. They lost somewhere around like $5,000 or something like that. It was something absolutely insane. But just because of a non-copyrighted sound effect. But I can't recall there being music in that animation. But anyway, this was a conversation that me and Tom had a long time ago, like years ago. So anyway, Maritime, you're making me doubt. Right, but Z says, wait, I left for a second. What happened? Oh, we were talking about the original Titanic animation that they did. That Titanic Honor and Glory did. But yeah, so anyway, back to my point though. It's been really cool to be a part of this community and, you know, just to meet all you great people and learn so much about these old shipwrecks. You know, it's so funny. I remember when I was watching Titanic as a kid, the James Cameron film, and that scene at the very beginning of the film when Rose gets out of the car and she looks up at the ship and she goes, "I don't see what all the fuss is about. It doesn't look any bigger than the Mauretania." And then Cal goes, "You can be blasé about something, Rose, but not about Titanic. She's over 100 feet longer than the Mauretania and far more luxurious." And anyway, I remember doing that. I'm like, what's the Mauretania? I had no idea what they were talking about. I figured it was another ship. But Maritime says, so many flashbacks this stream. Let's see. But yeah, so ZB says Cal has anger issues. 100%. 100% he does. Dustin says, I never knew what the Mauretania was when I first saw the movie either, to be honest. So let's see here. Star Production. Sam, I've seen your profile on Titanic wiki page and it has everything on you. What? There's a Titanic wiki page about me? Hold on. Let me see this. Titanic Wikipedia. Wait, hang on. Let me do it like this. Historic Travels Wikipedia. Is there legit a Wikipedia page about me? No. There's Titanic Wiki fandom. Oh yeah, I've seen this before. Better known as Short Travels, 130,000 subs. He has miniature models of the Olympic class ships as Nomadic and Lusitania. He has 1900s era, including Olympic and Queen Mary deck chair. Sam has been calling out yellow journalists such as Brightside for their poorly research and heavily inaccurate Titanic videos. Yeah, they got a good bit of, they got some stuff on here. That's cool. Someone get him. He's becoming self-aware. So yeah. This is something. There was something else I saw. Hold on. SS Historic Travels. I saw somebody made a thing. I thought I saw. I thought somebody made like a thing with they came up with a fake ship or something and called it the SS Historic Travels. I thought I saw that somewhere, but anyway, whatever. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Type Historic Travels memes and go to the image. I'm terrified. Okay. Historic Travels memes. What are the memes? I'm terrified. I'm absolutely horrified. Historic Travels watching another Brightside video. Maritime history. This is for Historic Travels. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. Maritime. Hang on. I'm going to post this in the Discord. Maritime, is this the anybody watching this, jump to my Discord, look at the general chat. I'm going to post something there. Has anybody seen this? Has anybody seen this meme? Oh, what the heck, Maritime? What the heck, Maritime? Yes, I know what you're sending. For real. I have never seen this one, so go look at the go look at the Discord. Oh my gosh. I'm actually crying. What else is on here? I'm absolutely crying. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, there's my old live stream thumbnail. Oh, I forgot about this. I forgot about this thumbnail. I 100% forgot about this. That is so funny. That is so funny. Anybody remember that one? Oh gosh. I made that for my Historic Travels Discord server thumbnail. I made an advertisement trailer for my Historic Travels channel, and I think that was made by Flipwagon. Oh my gosh, the video interview. Yeah. That's what I thought. All right, man. Crazy times. Olivia, too. Thank you. Maritime Mystery will win the quiz today. We'll see. We will see. All right, everybody. So we have hit the 1 hour mark. So you know what that means. It is now time for tonight's Q&A. I've got some pretty good questions for you guys tonight, and a good number of questions are about the Titanic. I thought I would do a little more Titanic stuff this evening. So Maritime did lose last week. I wonder if he will make a comeback today. I wonder if Maritime will have a comeback today. We will see. Where is the... Okay. Let me see. How do you say it? Maritime-san, Zangjiao Sudu. Maritime-san, Zangayo Sudu. Oh no, Sam. The Maritime is a Yamato. You and your Japanese, Sam. Let me just grab my translator. So yeah, I found this book in Japan when I went there. And one thing you'll realize when you go to Japan is the very funny ways they spell things in English. So this book is literally called Super Real Japanese. So I'm like, so is all Japanese not super real? Anyway, so it's just hilarious. Yoshi. Okay. All right, let's get ready for the Q&A. Okay. I still haven't picked up another marker board. The marker board. So when I had that marker board and I had that dry erase marker, the eraser broke, And to this day, it still holds the score from some unknown Q&A from forever ago that I never erased. But yes, oh wow, look, it's been on there so long that it's actually hard to scrub it off. So Maritime's score has been permanently engraved on this. It's been a while. It has been a while. Sarah King Maritime won. Oh, did Maritime win last weekend? I thought it was everybody else. I thought everyone else won last weekend. Am I wrong? I thought it was everybody else. Am I mistaken? No, yeah, I didn't think he did. I didn't think he did last weekend. I thought it was everyone else. Let's see. Maritime history. Okay. I'm making the scoreboard. Uno momento. Okay. Everyone else. Hey, guys, let me ask you all this. Have the Q&As just become like a regular thing for my channel and the live streams? Like, if I was to stop doing the Q&As, would you guys feel like this channel would be missing something? Like, if I just stopped doing them, would you all feel like we're missing something every week? Yes, he did. Oh, you looked it up. Yeah, I would be definitely. Yes. Yes. You guys love the Maritime Q&A that much. 100%. We need them. Yes. You guys just love to burn Maritime, don't you? Maritime says the day you stop will be a day which will live in infamy. Hey, Maritime, you want to know what other day lives in infamy on the Historic Travels channel? You guys are going to blow up in a second. There we go. 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 I think that's another day that absolutely Sandball War of December 3rd, 2022. Football. I am English. Football is life. The Cleveland Browns. That was quite literally one of the funniest things I ever saw in my Discord server. Was literally people arguing over if it was called football or soccer. That was one of the funniest things I had ever seen in my entire life. Like it was just I mean, it was just insane. It was insane. All right, guys. All right, so here are the rules again in case you need a refresher for the Q&A. I asked your question. I typed the word go in the chat, okay? And you'll be the entire chat versus our residential maritime historian, maritime history. Maritime history, please make your presence known, good sir. Say hello to the audience. Say hello to all these beautiful people in the world. Say hello, Maritime. Woohoo! From Historic Productions. ZB answers question. What answers question? Maritime, long live the Yamato. Okay. All right, now since Maritime is alone, I give him a little bit of a handicap. As long as he answers the question within the first few seconds, he gets a point. Everybody else, all you gotta do to get a point is just be the first one to answer the question. All right, guys, let's do a test question. Let's do a test question. Just this one won't count. This is just a warm-up. Did the Titanic hit an iceberg on April 13th, 1912? Go. The Titanic hit an iceberg on April 13th, 1912. No. Good job. Maritime was still the first. He was actually the first one to get no. Followed closely second round. Hey, listen. Miles there, Maritime, Miles is gunning for you. Okay, like seriously, Miles knows his stuff. And him, Dustin, like I constantly, you and Miles go back and forth a lot. You guys go back and forth a lot. So, Kenny says, "Wait, I was second." So, hey, Kenny, here's the thing you need to know. There is a delay. So even though you see, where's gauge two, everybody. So there's a delay. So just because you see something pop up first or second on your screen, it takes YouTube a second to adapt for it. So you have to compensate for the chat delay. Okay, that's what you have to compensate for. And Maritime is an expert at that. All right, question 1. Why, even though Murdoch ordered the Titanic to turn hard to starboard, did the ship turn to port? Ready, set, go. Why, even though the Titanic turned hard to starboard, did the ship turn to port? Miles was scrambling to type commands. Maritime tiller kama. Miles typed kama. tiller. That is so funny. I could just, you guys typing so fast. I can see the typos where you guys are hitting your keyboards. That is so funny. Okay, so Miles was typing in commands, but clearly he meant tiller commands. Maritime got tiller commands. And Miles was first, so I'm going to make that a tie. Sam, slow mode is still on. Is it still on? I turned it off. I literally just, it says it's off. It legit says it's off. Let me turn it back on. Okay, it's on. Now turn it off. Save. There you go. It's off. Okay, yeah, it's off. All right, that's going to be a tie. It's going to be a tie. I can always tell from the typos how quickly people are typing. It's hilarious. All right, question 2. This question, be very careful about how you answer. Okay? Be very careful about how you answer this question. All right? Question 2. What was the third crewed space on Titanic to begin flooding? Ready, set, go. What was the third crewed space on Titanic to begin flooding? Be very careful. The Maritime says boiler room 5, question mark. No. Dark Moon got it. The mailroom. That's what I was looking for. The mailroom. That's exactly what I was looking for. The mailroom. The mailroom. So here's my reasoning for that. Okay. So boiler room 6 was breached and flooded almost immediately. Boiler room 5 was breached in the coal bunker, and water began to come through it and flood the boiler room, but they shut the access hatch, which contained the water in the coal bunker for a while. But still, boiler room 5 was technically flooding. It was just contained. The mail room was the third space to start flooding. So does that logic make sense? I figured I would have to explain that one. I figured people would be like, wait a minute. Miles said, dang it, I was going to say mail room, but you said officer room. Did I say officer room? No, I said crewed room. Did I say officer room? Did I say officer room earlier? Did I say that? Did I actually say officer room? Crew. I thought I said like okay, like crewed space. Yeah, like crewed space. Like a crew. Like when I said that, I meant a room that had people in it. You know, you didn't say. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like a crewed space and everything. Well, dang it, I was going to say mail. Yeah. Okay, so like a crewed space. I can confirm as I misheard it as okay. Gotcha. All right, cool. So everyone else got that one. Good job. We are 2-1. 2-1. That made you all go. The third space. All right, question 3. Where did the Titanic crew members, Jonathan Shepard and Herbert Harvey, die? Where did they die on Titanic? Ready, set, go. Where did Jonathan Shepard and Herbert Harvey die? Maritime, boiler room 5, Wilson, boiler room 5, Ryan, it wasn't 6. Black Fan, boiler room 5. Yep, so these two men were the first confirmed victims of the Titanic disaster, and they both drowned when the coal bunker wall gave way and the men died. That's where they were. Good job, Maritime. You know, there's a Titanic documentary. It's actually not that great. I get a lot of details wrong. What sank the Titanic? But it shows the coal bunker wall giving way, and the way they depicted it is horrifying. I probably showed this before. Yeah, I have. It's saved in my last. Yeah, this is like absolutely horrifying. Boiler room 5. There's Barrett. Looks like we might be all right after all. This is.
But inside the coal bunker, the water is still building up.
The way they depict this.
That liquid is pushing against the bunker doors.
Oh, that popping. Okay, so let me ask you all this. If you heard a wall popping, okay, and you saw it bulging like this,
the pressure makes the very metal.
What would you all do? You see the wall popping like that. You see that happening. What would you all do? What would you all do if you saw run, Houston? We've got a problem. I would cry, run, Shane, run like hell, run, run, run. Titan says I'd be out of there. Dex says no, let me see. I'd run. Okay, here you can watch the breach. Watch the breach.
Titanic is about to die.
I showed this in my original Titanic documentary that I did forever ago. But yeah, it was that blast and that sudden influx of water, and it overwhelmed the men. Frederick Barrett was one of the few people to get out of there. But yeah, I don't know about you guys, but if I'm looking up at a wall and I just see it making popping, and I see the wall going, boom, boom, I wouldn't be sitting there going, I'd be getting the heck out of there. I would be running through. I would be running for my life if I saw the wall going boom, boom, boom. Like, no way. Well, it says, I think they were in shock. I don't know. Dustin says, I would start climbing the nearest escape ladder. Yeah, I know. Oh, gosh. Wilson says, that is the benefit of hindsight. I don't think you need hindsight to know that when you start hearing a metal wall making popping sounds and you see it bulging like that, I don't think you need hindsight to know what's about to happen, especially when you know that there is a ton of water that is forming that is building up on the other side of that very thin metal that is a coal bunker and not something that is designed to be watertight. I don't think you need hindsight for that. I'd be like, water, a lot of weight, very thin wall of a coal bunker. It's not a watertight bulkhead. Time to get the heck out of here. It's time to get the heck out of here. It happened really fast, though. So that's the thing. That is that film's depiction of that moment. I don't know how true to life that is. I don't know if there would have been that much warning. There probably, yeah, that's a good point. They probably didn't have that much warning or time. But you would think that the hull would groan. You would think that the metal would be making warping sounds and everything before the wall gave way. Like, that's my logic. Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, that's better. I had to put an eye drop. I had to put a drop in my eye. My contact was acting up. Okay, back to the Q&A. That was fun. That was a fun discussion. Okay, question four. Back to the Q&A. Shepard was injured before he drowned in Boiler Room 5 on Titanic. What happened to him? How was he injured before he died? Go. How was Shepard injured before he died? Let's see who gets this. Dustin fell into a hole, broke his leg, broken leg. Maritime, he fell into the pump. Yeah, broke his leg. That's what I was looking for, but fell into the pump works too. But yeah, he broke his leg. Good job, guys. I'm impressed. I thought I would get you guys with that one. That's a tie. Good job. Very good job. I thought for sure I'd get you guys. I thought I would trip you up with that one, but good job. It's still neck and neck. All right, question 5. Why, despite the fact that they had steam engines, were the old Oceanic class ships still equipped with sail riggings, even though they had steam engines? Why they still have sails? Go. Why did the old Oceanic cliffs still have sail riggings? Maritime, backup. Good job. Ryan, why not? Wilson, backup. Miles, propeller. Miles, I was asking like why they still had sail riggings, as a backup. People didn't trust steam engines. That's what I was looking for. Maritime got it right, backup. So with that, Maritime pulls ahead. Oh boy. Question 6. Which of the fleet of ships known as the Big Four, which of the Big Four attempted to reach Titanic on the night of the sinking? Ready, set, go. Which Big Four ship attempted to reach Titanic? Not Adriatic, not Oceanic. Oh, Maritime was guessing. Maritime still got it. Baltic. Followed closely second by Dustin. Baltic. That's what I was looking for, was the Baltic. Adriatic? Celtic? No. Cedric? No. Baltic? Maritime got that one, followed closely by Dustin. Just guess all of them until the right one. That says, I typed out Adriatic until I deleted it. Maritime got that one. Guys, you can still come up. You can still have a comeback, guys. You can still have a comeback. No, not the big four. Me says, I don't even remember the names of the ships, which are the big four. Dustin, you have a 1 in 4 chance. All right. Question 7. Which ship built by the White Star Line was the first to exceed the Great Eastern in length, but not in tonnage? Ready, set, go. Which was the first ship to exceed the Great Eastern in length, but not tonnage? Dang it, Maritime. The RMS Oceanic. We got it. Maritime got it. The Oceanic, the RMS Oceanic. Followed close second by Dupe, but yeah, it was the RMS Oceanic. Darn. All right, hey, Maritime. There are 3 questions left. You are 3 points ahead. Do you want to give up your handicap? Because if everyone else gets the next 3, they have a chance to tie it up, and then we could go for a tiebreaker. Do you want to give up your handicap now that you've got a little bit of a lead? Alex, yes, X, please do it. Dustin, what is it with you with the Eastern Island heads? Maritime, why not? Yamata's never died. There he goes. He did it. All right. Question 8. This is a tricky one. Which famous ocean liner was partially scrapped, but parts... Okay, wait. This famous ocean liner partially sank, okay? And the parts that were exposed were scrapped, all right? But the rest that remained under the ocean surface were buried under concrete. Which shipwreck am I talking about? Ready, set, go. They were buried under concrete. No, never mind. Let's see here. What we got? Atlantic. No, it wasn't that one. Dupe got it. The Queen Elizabeth. That's it. The Queen Elizabeth. It was buried under concrete in Hong Kong. Where the heck is Maritime? I didn't even see Maritime. Did Maritime not know that one? I didn't even see Maritime. I wrote QE. Oh, did you? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Atlantic QE. You wrote QE, but you didn't write Queen Elizabeth. Yeah, don't count it. He did put QE, but he didn't write out Queen Elizabeth. It's in your imagination. Don't count it. Right here, let's ask the chat. I'm not sure if that's doing it just 2 letters. All right, you know what? Cameron says, I should know this. She's my favorite. All right, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. Ask a poll. Should I count QE as Queen Elizabeth? Should I count that? Yes or no? Should I count that? Like I said, the chat goes against me in the polls. Should I count QE as Queen Elizabeth? No, 78%. Holy crap. Vote yes to be a Yamato. No, 76%. Maritime, I think I'm going to go with everyone else here. QE, I mean, you got to type in a little bit more than that. I mean, I know what you mean, but all right, we're going to go. I'm going to give that one to everyone else. I see we have Maritime just said, I see we have a lot of Scatinos in the chat. I think Maritime should have a punishment for this. He is calling the entire chat Scatino. Hey, chat, what do you say I make this question worth 2 points? What do you say I make this question, this Queen Elizabeth question worth 2 points for that comment? I think that is yes. Sam, it was a joke. Yes. It was a prank. I ain't no Scatino. yes. Hang on. Wait. Hold on. Should I count this question as 2 points? Should I count this as 2 points? I think that's a good idea. Should I count this as 2 points for that comment? Should I count this question as 2 points? 100% yes. Vote no to be a Yamato. Maritime, do you see what happens when you brag and when you showboat? Do you see what happens when you say things like this? All right, that'll be the bonus. That'll be the bonus. All right, that'll be the bonus. Current score. Current score. Blah, from Historic Productions. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, question. It's not over yet. Question 9. Before propellers were added to steamships, what was the primary method that steamships would use to propel themselves across the Atlantic? What was the primary propulsion system? Go. What was the primary propulsion system? Bowl, paddles, maritime, not sails. I said steam engine. Like, even though steam engine, but paddle wheels. That's what I was looking for. Let's go. Not sails. Those were backups. Not maritime. Paddle wheels, maritime. Bowl is happy. Gosh. All right. Guys, this last question is worth all the marbles. This is worth all the marbles. Oh, this question is worth all the marbles. Maritime, Miles, everyone. Maritime, this is really bad. This is really bad. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a moment to compose yourselves. Okay, I want all of you watching, like, stretch out your fingers, pop your knuckles, you know, get ready, get your keyboard fingers ready. I want you ready. I want you in the zone. I'm going to give you all a hint. Okay, this question will involve, to get this question right, 1, 2, 3, 4. To get this question right, it takes 5 hits on the keyboard. So you need to hit, there are 5 things you have to hit on the keyboard to get this question right. Okay. There's your hint. Okay. So this is relatively short answer. Okay. Maritime, numbers or letters? Numbers and letters are involved. Okay. Numbers and letters are involved in this question. Okay. Here we go. Dustin, hitting enter would count as 6. Okay, fair enough. Hitting enter would count as 6. So numbers and letters are involved in this final question. All right, here we go. Is everybody ready? Me, Nani. Nice Japanese. All right. Month and date, probably. All right. The final question. How much coal did it take to move Titanic 1 mile? Go. How much coal did it take to move Titanic 1 mile? Not right. Not 100 tons. No. Seriously. Did I seriously? Wait. Austin, there it is. 1 ton. It was 1 ton of coal per mile. 1 ton of coal per mile for Titanic's engines. 1 ton of coal was 1 mile of distance. 1 ton is 1 mile. Jackson, I'm crying. 1 ton per mile. 1 ton per mile. Oh, gosh. Yes. Wow. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. All right. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we should do one. I saw one of your videos. You said 100. I misunderstood. Hold on. Did I say 100 something? Oh, I'm gonna double check that. How many tons of coal to move Titanic 1 mile? I'm gonna double check that. Titanic consumed. Well, how much coal did it take to move it? 6,000 tons of coal per day. Titanic. Wait. Will Titanic 2 run on coal? I love the stuff that pops up on Google. Oh, gosh. All right. Well, yeah, I know I saw that somewhere. Let's see here. A little more than a ton. Okay. But about 1. Okay. So, yeah, Tony, our expert in Titanic engineering, got that one. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. You guys did get that one. Okay. But Maritime was ahead. And I mean, he was just joking. He was just playing around. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we do one more bonus. We do one bonus. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Like this is it. I think we should do one final bonus question just to completely, because everyone else did get one extra bonus point on a technicality just because Maritime was joking around. All right, I think we should do one more. Let me double check. Let's see, Freddie, $2. Thank you so much. Super appreciate you, man. Start a poll. One more question to decide everything. Yes or no? I think that's fair. I think it's fair. One more, because we are pretty hard on Maritime. I will say that we do bust him a lot. One more question to decide everything. Are we good with that? But let Maritime know we don't take him for granted. All right, cool. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, cool. I will give mercy. Okay, Maritime, are you ready? Yes. All right. So this question, I'm just going to leave the score as it is, 6-6. This question will decide everything. I need to think that I didn't write one down. What's a good one? What is a good one? Okay. Here we go. Final question. Are you all ready? It's the final count. Da, 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 da. All right, here we go. That is it. Google Translate ready. I'm not doing anything in Japanese. All right. Okay. When the Olympic tried to contact the Titanic on the night of the sinking, Olympic said to Titanic, "Hey Olympic, or hey Titanic, don't you know?" Or no, wait, dang it, was that Carpathia? Oh shoot, that was that was Carpathia, wasn't it? Anyway, yeah, Carpathia told Titanic that it had a bunch of messages trying to get to them from a certain location. Dustin, you ruined it, Dustin. You ruined it. It was Carpathia, yeah, but you ruined it. You ruined the question before I said go. I have to do a new question now. You ruined it, Dustin. You ruined it. Well, I had to. That is the first time. Yeah, I thought it was Olympic, and I'm like, wait a minute, no, that was Carpathia because Titanic messaged him. Then yeah, I was DK. Well, that's a first. That's a first. That is a first. Dustin DK actually messed up. Dustin. I was gonna ask where were those messages coming from, because a lot of people think it's Cape Race, which is who Titanic was talking to. It was Cape Cod, Massachusetts. But oh gosh, that is the first time somebody's actually ruined. Our new enemy is DK. When Sam drops the pen, you know it's serious. Yeah, I guess. Dustin should be grounded. Consider it as payback for the night. You could have saved that, but anyway. All right, I gotta think of a new question now. Okay, here we go. Here it is. The Titanic's watertight bulkheads had this ingenious safety feature built into them. So if the Titanic started flooding and no one knew about it, the watertight doors would automatically close. What was this safety feature in the doors called? Go. What was this feature of the watertight doors called? Dustin got it. The float plates. Maritime was late, but the float plates. All right, so Dustin made up for it. The float plate. That's exactly what I was looking for. DK still got it. The float plates. That's exactly what I was looking for. Dustin says, there, I'm redeemed. That indeed. Okay. All right, even with that, you redeemed yourself. All right, game over. Maybe Maritime will retake the crown next week. Good job, guys. Good job. Round of applause. Maritime, round of applause to you as well. We give you a hard time, but you have to know we appreciate you. And, dude, you hold your own against 146 people. That's amazing. And you win a lot of the time, too. Great job, guys. Round of applause. All right, everybody. Well, hey, with that, I think this is now a good place for us to sign off. So, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. This is an incredibly fun live stream. I hope to have a new video for you guys next weekend. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, anyway, it was a ton of fun. This is a great live stream. Everybody did super chats. Thank you so much. Everybody read your comments. Thank you so much. And thank you all so much for all your support. I would not be here without you. Y'all take care. Hope you all have a fantastic week. And we'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bear Time's going to win next week.